don't mean we don't like y'all.
What's up now?
Thank you,
Listen,
Ken.
yeah. And so for us to say, to go by, we just on
You
the
just don't
same
abide
land.
by the jurisdiction.
We just on the same
because
land.
we're not.
So you have rules.
Right.
It's like you in my house. This is my house.
And if I'm in your
I can
house,
walk around a
I
certain way.
gotta go by your rules.
You might have,
Right.
you can't walk around
Right,
the way
and
I
you
can
should
walk
be
around.
allowed to play by your own rules because you were here first.
Right, but we will have rules, like the Constitution is the rules of respecting the human nature of each other.
Now you ready for
Right.
this?
Sure.
You ready for this?
Right.
When the Constitution was drafted, when they talk about black folks in the 17th century, you do know that we was considered 3/5 of humans, right?
Yes.
All right. Now this is deep, isn't it? 3/5 of a human means that we classified less than a dog. You have no voice because you had 3/5 was designed specifically for black folks.
Right.
And you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it was a disenfranchisement.
Right, but
Right.
part of it was
So-
if we join your corporation as a citizen.
Right.
We are not humans anymore. That's
Right.
why we cannot
That's
be,
true.
we
That's
cannot
true.
be citizens.
you see what I'm
That's
saying?
why
And
we
that,
cannot.
and that
Yeah.
13
Because
to
it takes away
14,
humanity.
that
Well,
13
even
why
by
we
the
are treated.
definition of citizenship, if you were to become 3/5 of a person, then you technically wouldn't even be a citizen.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. That's what black is, a dead status. You're not a human anymore.
You see-
Which is why they can kill us in the street with impunity and nothing happens. Right.
Right. But when we are like
Right.
we are, and the high priest chief of the Hebrew Moor Seminole Cheifs, he's also a high priest chief. That means
Oh.
what? We have a status.
Well,
that
do you have a
we-
hierarchy
We are
in
connected
your
to.
tribe?
We are connected
Well,
through the
well,
Seminole.
that's what I am.
Yeah, he's the highest.
He's the
He's
big
the
chief.
highest.
Yeah, you're the highest, but like, what are
Even
the
though
ranks?
I'm a chief, I'm the high chief of my tribe, but
He's
our
high chief.
tribes are connected.
Oh, you have different tribes.
We are okay. Look,
And
I'm Mandingo.
Mandingo.
Mandingo Seminole. When
You're
it
not
comes to the
Mandingo
Seminole, because
No.
the Seminole here, the Seminole record is what brought certain tribes together.
Exactly.
So we are all under the Seminole, even though we have our own tribes.
Gotcha.
He is
Understood.
the big chief of the Seminole. So that, even as other big
Oh,
chiefs, even if
so
I'm
you're
a
the
big
chief
chief,
of all the tribes, you're the
Yeah.
chief
right?
of one tribe.
Even if I'm no, he is the chief of
Yeah,
the,
his
see, the
tribe.
Seminole is what brings all the tribes together. So
Okay.
even though I'm a big chief, when I'm with him, he is my chief. That's why I said that in there.
Right.
It doesn't matter if I'm a chief. He, as Seminoles, as Moors here, as Seminole Moors, and everybody who's connected with Seminole, we respect the one big chief.
Kind of like you could have a general in the army, but
Right,
technically the
right.
president
That's the one who
is-
has power turning
the
over,
general.
over
And
everyone.
you see, when the judge asked me what credentials you have, I gave her something that the judge can relate to, as far as
Yeah.
they've been signed by the court.
which is
orders.
smart, which is very smart.
Well, I give the creator the glory. And I also learn a lot from the chief and also the chiefette. And she's a chief too.
Oh,
Because we
okay.
can't do nothing without
Yeah,
her.
we have royal suit now, leave that.
You see what I'm
She-
saying?
That's my
And the
sister.
thing about it is, as we have more coalition, actually, you can be a chief also under the chief. And folk would have to listen to you. And it, yes. And then you get to be on payroll. And then you get on payroll.
Well, can you tell me a little bit about the Zodiac Constitution? Because you say that it predates our Constitution.
Yes.
Can you tell me about like the origins? Like where did it come from? What does it say?
Well, now that's a bit too informative.
It's
You're not
very
really- you're not a
intricate.
member,
You're gonna have
we
to-
can't
yeah.
give you all of that. Because you're not a member. I can only give you a small service because you're not a member.
Are you
Yeah,
a
Well, we can take your info and we can talk about it further.
Man of the craft?
Yeah, are
What do
you-
you mean by that?
Well, you-
Right.
well, we
No,
can.
no,
Right.
Mason. So
Oh no,
we can talk in a different way.
Right.
You know, because we are more
Because
than we
all-
are Masons.
all
Because
the
we,
judges are
we
Masons.
created the Freemason. So
Okay.
we are the original Mason. It means mother and son. That's what Mother Mason means. We're not
Builder.
We're not in it. You know what I'm saying?
A Mason
the only
is a
Masons
block
that are
Mason.
against us are the skull and bone Masons. Those are the only ones that see us as enemies.
But if you want to continue, we could take your information and we can have some conference and
Yeah.
kind of
I mean, this was
school you a little
incredibly
bit on it.
informative.
Yeah. Like it's very rare that somebody will come walk up to us and say, "I want to get a little bit of knowledge about it." So that's
Because I
very
think
good
most
move.
people's perspective of the world is so entrenched in their
Right.
particular
All in
reality
one
that
box.
when you see a reality that is staunchly opposed to what you're used to, I think the initial human reaction is to reject.
Right.
Right?
Right.
And I think that it's a tribal instinct. I think we all have tribal
Yeah, it's like-
instincts.
You cut from a different cloth though, because you was like, let me find out.
We have the ability to,
to
transcend
that, right.
that.
You ready for this?
Right, and that's
Now-
what this setup was really all about in the beginning. It was about us coming together to transcend our differences.
And you know what? And you know what? This
That's-
is deep.
That's all it's about.
Which a lot of people can't relate, which is the high priest chief I could. I have a lot of lesbian and gay brothers and sisters. Now, because they're gay, I'm not. Right. That doesn't mean I gotta hate them and kill them.
We're still brothers and
You
sisters.
see what I'm saying?
In America, I think there's just too much culture of us and them, hatred.
Yeah, no, man.
You know,
and no,
yes.
and,
war.
you get what I'm saying? And that's
He
the
was breeded by a skull and bone. He was breeded into it.
Yeah.
So people see this as, see when we say America, the corporate, A.U.S.